Howdy, everybody. All right, we're going to do a quick update on just some new pieces.
Hi.
And my assistant's here. All right. Assistant, I'm going to let you pick first. Which one do you want to talk about first? Oh, that's your favorite. Okay. So, this isn't necessarily new, but it's new again to my collection. So I had the beans before and sold them, and I missed them. And you missed them too, right?
Yeah.
And so we got them again, and I actually got them with something that I was wanting for a long time that I really loved, which was the anodized rings in the middle. So I got purple, yellow, blue, and what do you think? Is that red, orange?
Maybe. I know that's blue, yellow, and
Is that purple or pink?
that's actually orange.
You think so?
Right.
Yeah, it's starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Can I tell them what I like about it?
yeah, hold them right up above the other fidgets and talk it out.
I like that you can make like other shapes out of them. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. You can do that.
And what's the one that you love to make the most?
The tornado.
The tornado. And you take it like that. Oh, tornado's already sucking everything up. And you do that and then twirl it around, right?
Yeah, and I did this too.
What's that? Put it right over here so that they can see. Turtle's coming for it. Oh! Toad's coming for it.
You can make like squares too.
Oh, show them that. Show them that.
You can do down and sideways.
Oh, yeah. See how they connect either that way or that way. Yeah.
Or that way.
They were a lot of fun. And they were one of the ones that I knew after I sold them, I shouldn't have sold them. So I got them again. The beans.
Can I pick out the next one?
The Magnus
How about
beans.
we put them like right over there?
Okay.
I'll pick out the next one.
Who's next? Oh, all right. So this one I've also had before. I had it in Zerk originally. And I've been on a titanium kick lately. Getting a lot of blue anodized titanium. Different things that are being released in that. Picking those up. So I bought this. Again, actually I traded somebody for it.
I'm not playing with that one ever.
You're not playing with this one? Why?
I don't know. I've just been used to like those ones,
Yeah.
those ones.
You're not into this one, huh?
I think I'd like him though, because I've never just used him before.
You like them, you're just not planning on using them?
Yeah.
Haptic coins, not really your thing? You don't like the coin ones?
No.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they're not for everybody, and sometimes I get bored of them, but sometimes I just need something different or something simple that doesn't
Like-
require me to ladder and...
Like if you use that one like for like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
cooking that one, you would have to like change to like that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
right. Yeah, exactly. And that's why my collection has grown a little bit, because there's just kind of stuff that I've acquired that every now and then I just need the sound of it, and I don't want to sell it, because otherwise I'm going to be sitting there thinking about, ooh, I could really go for that one piece right now, and then I'm going to have to buy it again. So I did get this one again in titanium. I think it's got tungsten balls in here, actually, from who I traded it with. I think they might have outfitted it with that, or...
You didn't know what happened at me and Buddy's old house?
What?
That happened. Like, we sold this one thing, and we were like, I wanted to play with that today, but we sold it on accident.
Oh, you'll have to get it again, huh?
Yeah, but we didn't, like, plan on it because we were too busy and stuff.
That's funny. So this one's good. This is AC EDC. This was their original mechanical coin And they since upgraded to the, the noise. This is that in Ultim. It's, such a good sound.
Look at this. They're the same circle shape.
Oh yeah, look
They're
at
like
that.
the same size.
They are the same size, you're right.
It's like that and right there.
We're just out on the porch laying down on a blanket doing our fidget video. So anyway, this is a really good coin. It's got a little more pushback than I'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little harder to turn, right?
I like him.
Yeah, I might try out some smaller balls in there to see if I can reduce the pressure a little bit and kind of get a little more of a ting and less of a
Okay, I'll put that
thud.
the next one.
All right, pick it out. Ooh, what's it gonna be? Ooh. Oh, all right. So this one I may have reviewed in a previous video, and I'm still messing with it. This is the Green Apple from Metal Toys, the Green Apple Bubble, and it came with a Peak plate for the inside. Here's what's crazy about this. Maybe you guys don't know.
Is he glow in the dark one?
He is not glow in the dark.
Oh.
It's Corian. Geez, I'm not really good with the materials.
Do you know
Corian?
what I'm gonna do for circle time tomorrow?
What are you gonna do for circle time?
The fidget video.
You are. Oh, they're gonna like that. Yeah.
I'll try to remember.
Okay.
No, I will.
Should we lock it in our brains?
Both of us.
All right.
And then you can tell me.
Okay. What was interesting about this one was I got this, and the screw hole right there, the thread stripped. And so I contacted them and I said, can I order a new bottom plate? And they said, sure, no problem, we'll send you a replacement. And they sent it to me, and this part came. And I messaged him.
I mentioned them that.
Okay, yeah.
They're like the same.
Cool, yeah.
They're almost the same too.
Yep, that's the top B. What is happening inside here? Ew. What is that? It's like gunked up or something. I got to do some surgeries on these guys.
Yeah.
So this piece came, and I texted him or messaged him, and I said, I think there was a mix-up. I got the top instead of the bottom. And he said, just send me a picture of what you're talking about. And I sent him a picture, and he said, no. This is the top. This is the bottom. And I mean, I guess it makes sense because I turn my bubble this way and I do that, but I always just thought I was using it upside down. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So this is the bottom of the bubble. But what's weird is then when they advertise it like that.
I thought this is the bottom.
So that's the top.
I thought that was the bottom.
And that's the bottom. So isn't that strange?
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
I was a little confused too, but anyway, so I said, well, whoops, now I've got a complete other bubble. They chalked it up to a miscommunication, and I just sent Mel the extra pieces to kind of do a build your own bubble and get to experience this one because it is really nice. So, yeah. Green Apple Bubble. Okay, who's next, pal? All right, you want to hop back over here because the light there. There we go. Okay. Whoops. I just ruined our whole
outfits.
Our whole layout we had here.
You just keep doing that outfits.
Okay. This I had a little keyboard clicker moment. I will say before I got into fidgets, I was a keyboard. Wow, you did a really nice job. I was a keyboard connoisseur because I didn't know that the fidget community was out there. I think it was still pretty fresh at the time. So I kept buying keyboards, and everyone knew me at work because I had about 4 or 5 different keyboards in my desk drawer, and depending on what mood I was in or what I wanted to feel, I'd take out a new keyboard, plug it in,
Also the one I like about it.
and start up a new keyboard, and so everyone made fun of me. Now they give me a hard time because I'm always carrying around toys. But why don't you tell them about that one? So this is the Zero Feud 3-click. Yeah, right there. Cool. And I asked for these kind of transparent green buttons because I really liked
2, 3.
that color. So they sent me that along with the black keycaps that went with it as well. So this one's got a really great click sound, don't you think?
I like that click sound that he has.
Who?
That one. Like you can do a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all the way on 3 of these.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just
Or you can press all 3 at the same time and get an extra wild crunch.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So that's really good. You like that one, right?
1, 2, 3 without pressing it.
I will say the kids really love the clicker one. And this one's nice. It's like a black aluminum shell.
I bet that one would be easy for Bobby. Because he just had to like click it, right?
Yeah, and you know what's cool too is I think this company, or I don't know if people are just modding them or if it comes like this, but they have light up keys. So every time they press down, it lights up. Isn't that cool? I was kind of thinking that'd be fun. I don't know if I can mod the one that I already have or if I'd have to get a new one to have the lights.
And how long would it be like light up for? Like, does it just.
Well, it just lights up for the amount of time that you press it. So it'd be like a quick flash.
But it's just like. It would just stay on for like a long time. Just like,
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could program it to do different things.
you
Maybe.
just like click it. Ding, 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 like that, it would stay on for like a long time.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, now I want to feature, we're halfway into it, but I want to do this one next because this one's also special from a creator. This is Anthony Cladis's Verk. And it kind of blows me away. He didn't come out of the gate as strong as, let's say, somebody like Fidget Boy, who kind of had the style laid out and ready to go the moment he hit the ground running right away. Anthony had some pieces that were kind of maybe more prototype phase, and I'd seen them, and Mel had let me try them, and I didn't hate them, but I could just
And look,
tell that he was...
all 3 of those guys are like flattened because they all like feel that all like hard to like move for me, and they all like feel different. That all like 3 friends.
Oh, they're friends?
Like almost that guy, because he feels weird. That guy, he feels weird. That guy, he feels weird.
Yeah, and
He's
maybe
hard to move, and he's hard to move, and he's hard to
just kind of a funny texture with the 3D printing, maybe. So what I was going to say, though, Anthony, he kept at it. The dude has some serious work ethic because he didn't stop, and he kept going, and I think he moved out of 3D printing into resin, and maybe that's where it really kind of kicked off for him, and it was like the first thing that he did was this slider, and it was like an immediate success. It was just like what's somebody I could compare it to? You know when there's like an actor, Cillian Murphy, all right? The guy's been in the business for a long time. He's in a Batman movie. He doesn't make anything good or anything that anybody really cares about for a long time. All of a sudden he's an Oppenheimer, and now he's like everyone's looking at him for a new movie.
How much dollars is that guy?
This guy? That's a great question. What did I pay for this? $40, I believe. Yeah, and so Mel was gonna send me the Verk, and then he released a Blurple one, which is blue and purple together. And I said, well, I'm just gonna jump the gun and just buy one for myself because that's the color I want. So you can see, maybe not. Boy, I can't wait to get a new phone. I'm not sure how he did this, but it is
What's that
Blurple.
noise?
It's like a car going, I think, in the background. So blue and purple together. And then he's got these kind of custom plates that kind of have patterns that keep the sliding smooth. So it says Cladis in the middle, and it's just got these kind of orbital patterns.
Oh yeah, that's a motorcycle. What's that?
Yeah, I think it is a motorcycle. And it is really smooth and easy to maneuver. So not only does the guy create this, but then just puts it out there to the world to say that him and Magnus should collaborate. And it totally makes sense why they would.
Can I go with Mom?
You want to run with Mom really quick? Yeah, that's fine. Totally.
I did most of the physics with you.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you for your help.
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, yeah.
So it totally makes sense why they why they would collaborate. And just like that, Magnus agrees to do it. And now he's got a slider releasing. So, I mean, it's going to have the regular Magnus plates, but it's going to have the Verk outer shell design. And, I mean, that's just awesome. That's awesome that he just kind of manifested that whole thing and put that out there. So, shout out to Anthony. Congrats, dude. I mean, this is an awesome piece. I've been pairing it with everything. It's fantastic just by itself. But this is one of the things I love about 3D sliders is getting them and then testing them half and half with every other free float slider that I have. And that's what I'd like to put out to the world next, is for other 3D creators or resin printing creators to team up with some of the other makers. You've got Alex, who does Rapid EDC. I was looking at this and got a little inspiration and thought, a Modus Works boy, maybe? Anybody? Modus Work boy? That'd be pretty freaking sweet. Little Fidget Boy and MW teaming up. Would be really cool. But yeah, I mean, this is just a solid piece, just on its own. But I'd love to see, even if it was 3D printed creators pairing up for some different pieces. Fidget Boy, he has such a distinct design for all of his stuff. And, with plates like these kind of custom slide plates, you could just really team up and create some really awesome pieces. The only thing, and I think Preston Jenkins, who's in the groups, the only thing him and I kind of talked about, because we both put in for the pre-order for the Magnus version of the Verk, but I wonder if these little holes are going to be little junk pockets. If after sliding for a certain amount of time, if any dirt or dust is going to get caught in there. Where I work, it is a machine shop. All right, so I'm doing this all day long on the floor when I'm out of the office. I did drop it, and it immediately attracted some metal shavings, and those are in there, and I was not able to get them out yet. So I'm gonna get a toothpick tonight. So, you know, if you're not careful, it may be a piece that requires some frequent cleaning. I think Preston said he was just gonna maybe take an air gun for a keyboard and shoot out the dust and dirt every now and then. But anyway, that's the Burke. I know I'm rambling. Fidget Boy, everybody knows that I am on with his brand. I'm down with what he's got going on. It's just great products every time. So he is also kind of creating this custom plating that he's doing now and kind of branding the inside of the slider, so it's not just that typical 3D printed pattern, which even this isn't typical. He made kind of a pattern on that, but usually it looks something like this. So now he is doing that and putting the FB on there. This one is the Donatello, which I was waiting for. So he released the turtle sliders and did one for each of the different Ninja Turtles. And I waited for the Donatello. He was the best. This one's great. It's got a good sound and feel, which I just kind of expected it to be another Work Boy, but with a Ninja Turtle theme, and it's not. I mean, each one of his sliders do kind of have a different feel, which is super cool. This one's really good for doing that. I like to just kind of do a I don't know what you'd call that move, but that's a lot of fun. The only thing I did notice is it does jump occasionally like that, and jump across if you hit it too hard in the corner, but not often enough that it's affecting my love of it. So really good piece from Fidget Boy. I traded for a 3-click Toad with somebody. How long will it last in my collection? I'm not sure. Most people know that I like to move stuff quite often. This one is half Zerk, half Teflon, and that's been kind of nice. A little snappier than I'm used to, but really good pattern. Love that feel on the outside. And let's talk about this guy. So this is the Owl and Pie. Anybody that knows my fidget journey knows that the first ever fidget piece that I bought when I joined the groups was an owl, and I will stand by the owl. My whole time in the fidget group, I still love the owl with everything else that's out there. So when they had a pie version coming out, anybody that's resurrecting the owl is going to get my money. This was fairly inexpensive, like 35 bucks. I thought it was going to be fully pie, and I was excited, and then I got it, and it's got a black faceplate and a black bottom, and to me this is a very ugly piece. I really hate the black with that pie color. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the way they had it in the pictures, it was staged kind of like from the side like that, so you can kind of see that, you know, you might just think that it's light up there or just the denseness of the pie on top, and you just couldn't tell, and then you get it and it's actually black. Mel did send me a video from, was it like JK Creative, one of the Etsy shops that charges way too much money for these things. And they did have a full pie version. So I reached back out to Innswork and said, what's up? This isn't what I ordered. I didn't order one with a black faceplate. I ordered the full pie. So they're talking to their sales team or whoever, I don't know. So maybe I'll get a full pie one, I don't know. But I mean, this was a little harder to operate just because it's a little lighter, but once you get that rhythm of the owl back down where you kind of pinch it between these two fingers and you can kind of maneuver it around. The one thing I do like is it's got that kind of wobble because of the lighter material. So every time you do that, well, that's not a great showcase what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, it is a little tough because it's a little light, so you gotta be a little more delicate with it. There, yeah. I like that. That's been fun. Oh, I'm such a simple human being. Just a little wobble. Thank you. Otherwise, in terms of sound, this is good because it's one of my office fidgets, so when I'm sitting near others, it's nice to have because I'm not annoying anyone. So morning meetings, this is like a morning meeting fidget. Yeah, pie owl, get out of here. All right, this guy, pie dough stick rather, from Metal Toys. Listen to this thing. Holy cow. That is so awesome. So awesome. So I wasn't convinced on this because it doesn't have the rotate feature. They said that the pie is too brittle to add that in and give it that functionality because someone's just going to snap it. Totally makes sense. But I'm glad they tried it in pie and sold it anyway because the sound is unbelievable. I cannot state that enough. This is, if you like the dough stick and you like pie and you like anything from Metal Toys, this one does not disappoint. I was not expecting anything. I took it out of the box and my wife and I both looked at each other, and she's still not huge on fidgets, but she'll try each one that I get and pretty quickly discern whether she hates it or loves it. And this one she immediately loved. She's like, oh my God, it vibrates my whole arm. It just makes me fall into a trance. Sounds like it could have been bad. But anyway, so this is definitely worth it. And not to mention that if you get bored, you can take off these plates and swap them out with a different, maybe your stainless steel plates. On the titanium one, or the black plates for the Zerk, and have a pie covering or a pie shell, and get all sorts of different sounds. Which I did that, and my wife asked me to immediately put it back because she wanted this sound. So that's unreal, really good piece. Speaking of mechanical, great sounding pieces and poorly worded sentences, this is the 42 Cosmo Mermaid Reborn, I believe it's called. So this piece there, you see that? Mermaid. If that sound doesn't make you go out and buy this right away, you're nuts. Now, I will say, this one is just insane to take apart. It is not for the faint of heart. In fact, even though the video is running closer to a half an hour than I would care for it to run, and my wife's probably already putting the kid to bed, I'm gonna fucking show you the inside anyway. Check this out. Okay, first off, it's got this little spot on the plate that maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an expert here, but I wonder if they didn't do that on purpose for the sound. So every time it runs over this, you get this certain kind of like, I know that's nuts. I'm doing like a frog impression. But you get like this bellowing kind of sound from the mechanical noise as it passes over this spot here, this little recessed spot. I don't know if I'm making that up or not, but it seems to do something, and I like it. So here's how this one's put together. On the opposite side of these, there are two little screw heads. When you unscrew it, there are two pieces to this, so this comes apart. On either side, there is a ball and then a spring running through the middle, and two balls on either side. And they are fucking minuscule little tiny balls in there. So if you take it apart, you've got to take a ball, put a spring in, put another ball on the other side, and then stick one side in. And then you've got to pinch the other side and do that until you can lay it down really quick so that each ball sets into one of these little divots for all 4 spots. So 2 springs, 4 balls, and then it just goes along that track like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting, and I'll never take it apart again. It came with 4 stronger springs and 4 lighter springs and some Teflon balls and some regular stainless steel balls. And I put Teflon on one side, stainless steel on the other, and it makes the exact sound that I'd want it to make. And so I won't take it apart again. Do you hear that? What I'm talking about? Damn. What a good piece. And now I gotta get that one that looks like a stick of gum, because it has the same mechanism inside. This one you could have gotten different things. They had like slide plates and like a free float. I don't know. I went with the mechanical inside, and I'm not disappointed. Anodized blue titanium. This guy, I'll talk really quick on him. If you were wanting to get on that one pal phase, you know, when everyone was in on this, but you never got one, go on Amazon, get yourself one of these. Actually, I think Mark Chang's store, he's got a store, by the way, and I believe it's all in the US. He keeps stock of stuff in the US. You can get it shipped ASAP, and he sells these, and it's playforbeans.com. Shout out to Mark. I have not purchased anything off of there yet, but I know he does have these on there, so you don't have to go try to find it on Amazon. But it's got more divots, so you get more pops than you do on the one pal. It's got 2 tracks instead of just the one down the middle. Double the noise. Not as pretty to look at, but it also just kind of looks like a bar of old person's soap. You know what I'm talking about? What is that? Like everyone's grandma used to have soap that looked like this. Just me? Okay. Lastly, Clown Orange. I have avoided them for a long time because I'm not sold on the cracker design, or as my son would call it, my assistant, this is a Cheez-It because of the pie color. Hey, these are fantastic. This one's the biscuit because it's square. And then there is the Ox, which is like a 4x2 slider. But the texture on these plates gives a really great scratch feeling. That I love. This is a really good one. This one also has the same problem as that fidget board slider, where you got to really take it nice and slow because it will jump like that. It's pretty easy to make it go past when you rotate it. Oh, now it's not going to do it. You saw it. I know you saw it. Anyway, doesn't matter to me because this is an awesome piece. It's still got a lot of heft to it, so I feel like maybe these plates could be milled out a little more, and I don't, you know what, maybe not, because they've already done the pattern on this side, and then you've got the casings around each of the magnets. So I don't know, maybe they can't do much more milling than that to reduce weight, but, oops, see? But it doesn't matter, because it's good. And the magnets are of such strength that I can do a kind of simple rotation with it that I like, so I don't even have to always be doing a sliding motion. It's almost kind of like a haptic coin turn that I can do with it. A lot of fun. The biscuit. And I talked about these in my other video, but these are the Bruce Charles design, and I'll give them another shout out. Shout out to Bill and Megan over at Bruce Charles for hooking Mel and Gavin and I up with these. These guys are awesome. It's just like a, this is like free creative play. So if you're into fidgeting, but you want to kind of be able to do your own thing, you don't want to be locked into a single track or the same kind of movements, these offer so much variation for fidgeting. So using the 4, I was kind of doing things like this, pushing that in, pushing that down, or doing that. I mean, there's like a million different combinations to stuff. Again, I did find that 3 was kind of a better vibe for me, but it's awesome that it comes with 4, so you can toss an extra one in there anytime you want and get this like insane ladder thing, which it is still fun. You get it all the way up there and then pop down those 3 or go one at a time. Again, there's like no end to what you can do with these things. And then the twofer, that is the stronger magnet micro piece. Again, this is like another meeting fidget because it is quiet. You get a little tink right at the end, but there's just no way anybody's watching anymore. Just no way. If you are, God bless. God bless. But take it, put it back to back, and get a little more brass on brass sound and a little easier to flip. You got to be a little more delicate. But again, there's just like a million ways to mess with these, and so much fun. So that is it. Oh, I can't even zoom out. I'm giving a thumbs up, but it's just so close. All right, thank you everybody, and hope everything